How am I 5.4 pounds bigger the day after I had a big meal and 2 desserts? I didn't eat 5.4 pounds of food.
So our last episode, Jeff weighed in at 304.6 pounds.
Yesterday,
exactly. Yesterday, 304.6. And then we went out and had fun. We cheated. We went to the Cheesecake Factory. We celebrated. Jeff had the factory nachos. He had a couple of appetizers that we shared. He shared that with me and my brother. And he also had a cheesecake. And earlier in the day, he had a whoopie pie. This is Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Whoopie pies are very popular. If you haven't had one, I suggest you try it. Which is excellent for a weight loss related show to recommend that people start wolfing down whoopie pies. But believe me, you'll thank me for it.
Promise.
Give it a shot. So that's what he had. So he had one dinner. It was lunchtime, but he had a dinner at the Cheesecake Factory. It was great. Wonderful. And he had a whoopie pie earlier in the day. That was it. That was the entire meal. Post weigh-in, 304.6 was the number before. That was the weigh-in prior to the meal, prior to the whoopie pie. And the next day, Jeff got this bright idea that he wanted to go on a very intense several weeks of weight loss. Like he got really motivated, which I love. I love hearing that. I love seeing that out of him. He wanted to see how much weight he could lose and how quickly he could lose it. So he wanted to get a number on the books of what he weighed the next day, the day after this cheat meal. So 304.6 he weighs in. He has the whoopie pie. He has the Cheesecake Factory meal. And the next day, he's weighing in again. And he stepped on the scale after what I just described. And
how could it be this?
Tell me what you saw. Tell me exactly what you saw.
310 on the dot. 310. How am I 5.4 pounds bigger the day after I had a big meal and a dessert, 2 desserts? 5.4 pounds. I didn't eat 5.4 pounds of food.
So you're a bit concerned seeing 310 on the scale, knowing that in a week you want to weigh under 300. You're a bit concerned about that. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm not. And let me explain to you why. The day before you weighed in at 310, you weighed in at 304.6. So what happened between the 304.6 and the 310? I saw everything that you did, okay? Unless you were sneaking things behind my back. And I wouldn't put that behind the old Jeff. But I believe this Jeff, this version of Jeff that I see, he wasn't sneaking anything. I got to see everything that he ate that day. And I can assure you that 304.6 to 310, right? When you consume a meal like that and you're been on low carbs, trying to lose weight the way you have, very, very, very low carb, no carb, you eat a meal like that that's high carb, you're going to retain a lot of water weight. A lot of water weight. And we're talking about pounds and pounds of water weight because your body is going to store that water weight because you have more carbohydrates in your system. You drink a lot of liquid, you have a lot of carbs. The carbs in the liquid, they end up adding to your body weight, but only temporarily. And when you cut carbs again, which you're doing with in the effort to lose the next, to get under 300 pounds in a week, it's your water weight will be shed. You know, your 304.6, which was your weight before you had the cheat meal, that weight is your weight after the cheat meal minus the water weight's going to be close to the 304.6. You probably did not even gain a pound of fat as a result of what you did that day. That body weight on the scale, when you look at the day before the 310, it was 304.6. It just shows you the tricks that the scale can play, and people don't understand this. They'll go out and they'll have a cheat meal. They'll have a meal that they normally wouldn't have if they're on a diet, and then they, out of curiosity, weigh themselves the next day, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I gained 5 pounds. That one meal made me 5 pounds heavier. That means if I had another meal like that, I'd be 10 pounds heavier, and another one after that, be 15 pounds heavier." I would undo everything I've done in the past 2 or 3 weeks. This is crazy. I can't get away with anything. That's not true. Here's the truth. The truth is there's really only one way that you should be handling your progress. And it's by having a weigh-in once a week on the same day. And then whatever you do in terms of a cheat meal happens after your weigh-in. So if Sunday's your weigh-in, you weigh in on Sunday, you have your cheat meal or meals or what have you. And right after that, then you're consistent from Monday or Tuesday or however, if you have 2 cheat days, whatever it may be, all the way to Sunday of the following week, and you'll find out that you'll end up losing weight. But if you were to weigh yourself the day after the cheat meal, it looks like you've gained a lot of weight, and it's simply because you're retaining more water. And your goal is to burn fat. The water fluctuations don't matter. That's not going to factor in one way or the other to the goal. The goal is burning fat. So do not step on a scale after a cheat meal. The only reason Jeff did this, the old Jeff would have done this out of curiosity. He would have done this because I want to see what that cheat meal did. And then when he saw what the number is, he would completely lose his mind. He would flip out and he would cheat more. And then he really would gain 5 pounds because of the amount of food that he ate as a result of that. But not this Jeff. This Jeff did it for a reason. He stepped on that scale because he wanted to see what the number is, because he plans on starting a really strict period where he's going to see how much weight he can lose and how much time, and however long he ends up going with his level of strictness. We'll see how long it goes, but he wants to determine how quickly he can end up losing the next 30, 40 plus pounds. And I'm all for it. I mean, he's motivated to do it, so why not? There's no reason not to do it. But he wanted to get a baseline figure of like, what did I weigh in the day that I began? And he wanted to get that number, and that's why he stepped on the scale. But what it did not do is it didn't derail him. Like, this is a new mindset that Jeff has.
Big time.
Where normally he would have been just totally demotivated as a result of that number. He would have lost all confidence in himself. He would have said, it's not even worth it. I'm just going to drown out my emotions by eating more. Instead, you did not.